guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Serein, and today's video is Makeup Bag Monday, week number 63. Makeup Bag Mondays is where I share with you product reviews after trying products out, new and old, from my makeup collection for an entire week, and I share with you my final thoughts after living with it, whether I still love it, whether I hate it, whether now I love it, or, you know, makeup reviews. This week I tested out a lot of new products from Hourglass as well as some old favorites and the CoverFX Play Foundation. So I'll share with you guys my in-depth review on that. I will also be sharing with you upcoming products for the next week, but instead of a normal 7 days, I will be testing out these products for probably 10 to 13 days because I am traveling with the upcoming products for Makeup Bag Monday, week number 64. So before we talk about that, let's go through the products from last week and what I thought about them. I was testing out the CoverFX Power Play Foundations. These are new to CoverFX. What I like about CoverFX is that they are sensitive skin and relatively good in terms of ingredients. There's no added fragrances, there's no irritants for most people, and they do stay true in terms of color range for the most part. So I ended up being a better fit for G+40 for the Power Play Foundation. I am in that weird transitional phase where I'm not as pale as I usually am, but I am starting to get a little bit color, and I'm definitely going to be getting more color as time goes on. My immediate review is that, one, I love the packaging because it keeps everything airtight and sanitary. There's no dipping or like adding air to the product, so it's going to keep it as clean as possible and give it a longer shelf life. I love the light coverage. I think it works really well for hotter weather. I didn't have any issues with it rubbing off, wearing off, or doing anything weird throughout the day. I did find that around here, which is where I'm really dry right now, so it's really my personal skin issues, it would cling a little bit here, and I would have to exfoliate and super hydrate, but it would still cling a little bit. So if you have any dry, patchy skin, it's something that you're going to have to prep for, but in most foundation situations, if your skin is flaky, you are going to have to exfoliate, hydrate, prime, and just take care of that before applying foundations, because very few foundations, if any, will mask flaky skin. If I have flaky skin, it will cling to flaky dry patches. I wouldn't say any more so than other foundations, and I wouldn't say less so than any foundations. I did like this because I didn't feel a need to have to set the foundation with the setting powder, which was helpful because my skin is a little bit drier, so having to set things makes it look even drier. I didn't feel like it was going to move around on me, and it didn't feel tacky once it's set. I feel like this is going to be a light to medium coverage, buildable to medium, definitely not full coverage, very natural finish, which is what I prefer. So if you're like me and you like less is more, you like that natural wash of finish where it still looks like skin, but it might help you minimize some of your redness, some of the discoloration or disproportion of your skin, then I think you'll really enjoy this. Now, if you have any textural issues, you're going to have to take care of that. The foundation isn't going to fix any textural issues, and most foundations don't. The only thing I could say is if you are really used to packing on the foundation, like full coverage foundations, that can kind of make it seem like you're taking care of the textural issues, but in reality, foundation is a color correctant and it's like a color base. I enjoyed this, and I could see myself reaching for this for spring, summer, and possibly even winter because it is just that good. I like this more than their other foundations I've tried. Their other ones are definitely a little bit more has more consistency to it. This has consistency, but it's like, it's lighter. It feels lighter. The other stuff isn't heavy either in their range, but this just feels lighter and more comfortable on me. To be completely honest, this in comparison to the Shameless foundation from Marc Jacobs, I like this one more. So I tested out the Marc Jacobs Shameless foundation when that came out for an entire week as well, and that is marketed as a self-setting foundation. It kind of comes out in a squeezy bottle as well, and it's that like natural finish, less is more look, but it still covers. They're very, very similar in consistency and in their marketing claims. I personally like the CoverFX Powerplay more than I like the Shameless foundation from Marc Jacobs. So if you are deciding between the two, and they're both relatively new on the market with similar self-setting technology, this one has a little bit more coverage than the Marc Jacobs one. Both I feel like are self-setting, both are very, very lightweight, both wear a very long time, both have a really great color range. I personally prefer the CoverFX one, and I can't tell you why other than I feel like the CoverFX one wears better on me than the Marc Jacobs one. I didn't have any issues with the Marc Jacobs one, and I liked it when I was using it, but now that I've tried the CoverFX one, I would recommend the CoverFX one over the Shameless one. If you're on the fence or you don't know, go get a sample from each brand at Sephora, ask them to make you a sample in your shade, and test it out for a week and decide which one you like more. I just like this one. So I was also testing out the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Camo drops, and I had tested out the cream that comes in the jar, and I didn't get along with that one because I felt like it turned my face green, and if I used not enough of it, I didn't feel like it was doing anything. I really like these drops. I feel like these drops definitely help reduce my redness in the morning and soothes my skin and kind of just balances out my skin tone. It's also a really great primer before foundation because of that. It creates this like blurring effect as well on the skin. So it comes out green, and then as you massage it onto your skin, it kind of just turns beigey and blends into your skin tone. It creates this really nice blur effect on the skin and primes your skin for makeup, or what I like to use this for is just when I'm doing no makeup days. Let's move into the new Hourglass products. This is the new Hourglass Veil Setting Powder, and everything from Hourglass is definitely very luxurious and a higher price point, but when you pay for something from Hourglass, you typically get what you pay for. I love the packaging because it's very sleek. It's not bulky, and even though it's a loose setting powder, they have this stopper on the lid to prevent the powder from sifting in your makeup bag or just when you drop it on the floor like I do. You also have this beautiful perforated H for Hourglass, which I think is beautiful. The powder is very, very soft and lightweight, and exactly what you kind of expect from Hourglass powders. It's going to blur your skin, it's going to set everything, and it's just going to provide a beautiful, beautiful finish without looking powdery, without making you look aged, and without creasing into your skin. So I loved using this under my eyes as a setting powder on my T-zone and anywhere where I felt like I might get oily. Because I was using the CoverFX foundation, I didn't feel like I needed to set that foundation, but this was lovely to set concealer. It was lovely to even just blur out your skin if you weren't wearing a lot of makeup. Like on my no makeup days, I would set my under eyes and I would set my nose because that's typically where I start to get a little like not so fresh throughout the day. It's just lovely. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a very high quality translucent powder that is very similar to their Veil Primer, which is one of my favorites, and I've bought so many tubes of that or bottles of that. It does exactly what the Veil Primer does on top of your makeup. And I filmed this last week, and currently it's still coming soon, but you can sign up to be on the wait list, and the second it launches you'll get an email and you'll get to purchase it first on the Hourglass website. So very, very happy with this. Going along with the Veil Translucent Setting Powder, they also are launching the Veil Retouch Fluid. This is also new, and what I used this for mainly during my week was on the days I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup, I would use this as kind of just an all-over corrector. I used it under my eyes, around my nose, because this is where I get a little red and dark. I have a vein on this side that shows, so I put it over there. I put it around my mouth because this is where I get a little dark, and it just does a very minimal, light correcting. It doesn't have a lot of coverage, but it has like this reflective light property that just bounces light off of your face to kind of minimize any discoloration or flaws. And then I did keep this in my purse for a while, so if I was out and about throughout meetings, I could use it to touch up. To be completely honest, my makeup typically does last for the entire day because the foundation was great and the setting powder was great. I didn't feel like I needed to touch up throughout the day. I even worked out. I did a workout event on Tuesday and I was sweating, and I brought this with me in case I needed to touch up under my eyes or anything like that. And my makeup held up, so I didn't feel like I needed to touch up. But this is made for you to use alone or for you to use over your makeup to fix anything that you might need throughout the day. I didn't really encounter that too much, but I did try it over my makeup, and what I liked about it was you could use it over things you already set with the setting powder, and you could use it to kind of fix any like splotches or anything you might not like under eyes. If you notice you need a little more, you can definitely go in there and kind of like highlight and correct. And you don't need to set this, and you can also use it over powder, you can use it over cream. It's a very versatile little blurring cream is the best I can describe this. I had a couple Hourglass products that I was revisiting in my makeup collection. This is the Hidden Concealer. I am in the shade Natural, and I actually have gone through 3 of these, and it's one of my favorite stick concealers. I'm a huge fan of stick concealers because I use it under my eyes, I use it all over my face, I blend it, and I'm good to go. I can go without foundation if I have a good stick concealer, and this is one of those original ones I've always had in my makeup collection. This is a very good dupe for the Clé de Peau concealer, in my opinion. It's a little bit more hydrating than the Clé de Peau one, and it is way more affordable. I feel like the Clé de Peau I think is like $73. This one I believe is like 30 some dollars, like about 40 bucks when everything's said and done. They both give really great pigmentation, coverage, buildability, and longevity. They wear beautifully. Okay. So then we've got the Milk Makeup Cush Mascara. I'm obsessed with this stuff. So I recently had lash extensions done a while ago, and while I had gotten my extensions done, the technician was like, you need to stop curling your lashes and take care of your lashes more because you're damaging your lashes. So I was like, oh no, I have to curl my lashes. Like, I absolutely have to curl my lashes. I was like, well, maybe I'll just get a lash lift and then condition my lashes and not wear as much mascara. I don't know what to do. My lash extensions were falling out, and I was like kind of like in despair and was tempted to just get more extensions while I was traveling, but then I went to try the Milk Makeup Cush Mascara, and I was like, I'm not going to get lash extensions. These are great. These are enough. It is made with cannabis oil, so it's conditioning. It's completely vegan because they replaced beeswax with cannabis oil as a binding agent and as their base. The oil also ends up conditioning your lashes. It makes it vegan, and the best part is the fibers are heart-shaped fibers, so anywhere they sit on your lashes, they are going to add volume without making it look spidery. I feel like my lashes, every time I build, it becomes like that, and this actually like gets wider and more, it opens up my eyes more. It helps lift my lashes and it holds it up, creates volume, but it doesn't weigh my lashes down because I haven't been able to use a lash curler. So I'm just really happy with this mascara. I've been wearing it solid for over a week now, and I don't feel like my lashes are brittle and falling apart, because that can happen a lot of the times. I feel like the more mascara I wear, no matter how clean or toxic free it is, it ends up weighing on my lashes, and that's probably why I have so much damage. Like, I have a lot of baby lashes and a lot of breakage. So this, I feel like, has really been nourishing, but also giving me the effect I want from my mascara and performing really well. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't flake on me, it doesn't feel crispy either, which is what I love about it. You can like seriously build this stuff up. The packaging is also so cool. So this is one piece of aluminum, and it's manufactured from a car manufacturing plant in Italy. It's very well thought out. It's incredibly sturdy and luxurious when you're touching this, and you could probably like throw it and use it as a weapon if you needed to. The wand is also really well constructed because it does taper enough so I'm able to get in there. It's just full enough where someone with like my flat lids doesn't get mascara all over their eyes as they're building up the mascara, but it's just big enough too to create that volume, because some mascara wands are just too big. I can't get it on my lashes without creating an entire mess all around my eyes. So it's just fluffy enough, it's just cush enough, but it's not overwhelming. and it doesn't ever clump. Like, I've been using this quite a bit and it doesn't really clump. It definitely pulls out just enough product. You maybe need to like wipe off the ends of it a little bit depending on your preference, but I really, really love this mascara. Something I wasn't loving is the Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in Dark Brunette. I have had this for a while and mine is actually broken, so if you go like that, you can see it just falls right out. So I think that made it really difficult for me to work with, because every time I turned it over to use the spoolie, the product would kind of fall out. I was worried about breaking it further. I love the idea of this angled design because I'm able to use it to really get in there, and then I'm also able to fill in my brows. Unfortunately, this isn't the first one I've broken, and it could be user error. But I try to be careful with it, and I just don't know if it's a design flaw or if I just have really bad luck with these. So that's my only thing about them. I just keep breaking them, and they're quite pricey to be breaking them all that often. And I also think if you are looking for something in this design of a brow pencil, there are other ones out there. I think Lorac has one. I do like this formula a little bit better than the Lorac one, but the Lorac one doesn't break on me. The Lorac one is definitely way like creamier, and this one is a nice like hard waxy texture, so you're not going to get too much color in one swipe. You can definitely like work with it a little bit more. It's better at like sketching in your brows. The Lorac one, you can easily go a little bit too heavy-handed because it's so soft and creamy. So I do love this formula. I love the shape. I just think I don't have really great luck with this. Now, this is something that this is my second one of this. I bought the first one and then they gave me a replacement because I love the Hourglass Illume Sheer Color Trio so much. This is their Sunset one. It comes with a cream bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. This is my favorite product that I use all the time. The bronzer is like the perfect amount of emollient. It's like everything in this is like just creamy enough to apply beautifully. It doesn't cling to my dry patches, and it blends out beautifully. It just gives me this beautiful, like flawless airbrush contour, bronzer, blush, highlight look. It's so easy to use, but it doesn't feel greasy or too creamy either. So once I'm done applying it, it sets and it lasts all day. It looks really beautiful on the skin, especially if you have drier skin or normal skin. I just love this. I love traveling with it because it is so versatile and so good. And I'm probably going to travel with it in next week as well, from next week's Makeup Bag Monday, because it's just one of my favorites. They are good for about a year because, you know, sticking your brush and your fingers and stuff and things get gross. So that's the only reason I had to get a new one. The old one was still going strong. There's so much product in this stuff and I just love it. It's a perfect buy for those who travel a lot, for those who have blending issues, because I definitely find blending issues around here. It just, whatever reason, product doesn't like to blend on me, on my face. So this is something that works beautifully. So easy to use, and definitely a must try from Hourglass if you haven't tried it yet. So that's everything I tested out last week. This is everything I'm going to be bringing with me to Arizona and Mexico for the next week and a half. There's going to be a lot more products because I'm going away. First thing I'm testing out, which isn't something I'm technically testing out, it's what I'm bringing with me, and I finally have my correct shade, is the Tegrity 5-in-1 Natural Moisturizing Face Sunscreen. I'm obsessed with this stuff, and I've been using the wrong shade for the longest time because I couldn't get my hands on it. I am in the shade Golden Light, and that has been sold out everywhere for the longest time. So I actually contacted Tegrity and was like, hey, do you have Golden Light? And she finally got it in, and I was one of the first to get it. So thank you so much, Trisha from Tegrity, for doing that for me. I'm also going to be testing out the serum and the body sunscreen while I'm away. But this is something that I absolutely love because it not only treats, hydrates, protects, primes, and covers. The story behind Tegrity is awesome. I'm going to have her on the podcast to tell you guys more about it. This is completely toxic free. There's no nanoparticles, there's no chemical SPFs, there's no mineral oil, synthetic dyes, there's no sulfates. It's It's phthalate free. It's just as clean as it gets in terms of SPF. As a setting powder and as a foundation powder, I'm going to bring my Fruit Pigment Foundation from 100% Pure in Peach Bisque. I'm also going to be bringing my Super Goop SPF 45 setting powder. This is perfect for reapplying over makeup. I'm going to bring my Hourglass Illume Sheer Color Trio in Sunset. Eye makeup, I'm going to bring my Milk Makeup Shadow Quad in Day Goals. I'm also going to be bringing 2 of my Glossier Lid Stars in Herb and Fawn. These are my 2 favorite shades. For eyeliners, I'm going to be bringing the Fido Kohl Star Waterproof Sparkling Black and Sparkling Brown from Sicily Paris. These are super creamy, long wearing, and just beautiful. And then I'm going to bring my Ilia and She Was. This I always use on my lower lash line. Mascara, I'm still going to be using my Milk Makeup Cush Mascara. I love, love, love this stuff. For brows, I'm really excited. This is my first ever Elate Cosmetics product. I'm going to be testing out their Brow Balm. I'm wearing it today, and I'm quite impressed so far. So I have the shade Smoke, and I love their packaging. Everything is compostable and replaceable or recyclable, and they're also toxic free and cruelty free, which is really cool. I'm bringing my RMS Uncover Up Concealer as my concealer. I'm bringing my Glossier Boy Brow in case I want a little bit more definition. Some new products I'm going to be testing out from Make. This is the new bronzing brick called Joshua Tree, and this is launching in May, so while I'm away. And I'm wearing it today. It's really soft, really beautiful. It's a really pretty, almost like blushy tone. The new Make Moon Sticks, and there are 3 shades. This is in the shade Moonbeam, which is a like pearlescent shade. There's the shade Moon Dust, which I'm wearing on my cheekbones today, and it's like a champagne-y highlight. And then there is Serein, which I am also wearing on my cheeks. This is like a bronzy, almost like a blush for me. It's really beautiful. I'm going to be bringing my Milk Makeup Cooling Waters. This is a brand new one. This will hopefully help depuff, hydrate, and also cool my because I'm going to very hot weather, desert and then tropical, but hopefully this will help cool me off. I'm bringing a ridiculous amount of lip products, but bear with me. I'm bringing my favorite lip liner right now. This is from Bite Beauty. This is in 036. I just bought a new one because I've definitely used this up quite a bit. I like to line my lips like that. And it's very subtle because this is exactly the shade of my lips. But it gives it a little more definition, and then I'll put gloss on it, or I'll put a lip balm over that. Lip balms, I am trying out the new Tegrity Lip CPR in Sunset Coral. I love this stuff, and I showed it to you guys in my recent Instagram live, which I'm trying to do more of. I also have this lipstick from Ilia. This is an Arabian Nights, and it's just a really pretty like sheer red for evenings in case we do go out. I have the Ilia Cheek to Cheek multi-stick. I'm using this as my blush. I love this stuff. I love this like orangey, burnt orange kind of blush look, and you can use it on your lips too. 2 of my Kula, these are like tinted lip balms that also have SPF. I have the shade Nude Beach. I have the shade Firecracker. I have a gloss from Ilia. This is the Butterfly and Eye. It's a really pretty, just like peachy pink gloss. And then I have the Ilia Kokomo, and this is the lip conditioner, SPF 15, I believe. So it's a really pretty everyday lip color with a little bit of a protection. That is everything I am going to be bringing with me to my trips, and I will check back with you guys as soon as I'm back for a new Makeup Bag Monday on whether or not any of these products failed me during my trip, or if I could have packed less, what I ended up using, what I ended up not using, and all that fun stuff, you know, makeup reviews. If you like travel vlogs and travel content, make sure you check out More Serein, which is my second channel, linked in the description box, along with all of the products I talked about today. If they're available, they're linked down below. We're going to be vlogging our trip, and we will most likely be uploading throughout our trip. So whenever we do travel, we like to upload travel vlogs over on the second channel and more curated content here on my main channel. So we are going on vacation / working vacation because we're going to be filming some beauty videos while we're out there and some fun like lifestyle videos while we're out there, and of course travel vlogs over on my second channel, More Serein. So definitely check us out over there. Subscribe to that channel if you haven't already. And also, if you want to know who won the giveaway for last week's Makeup Bag Monday, make sure you watch my Insta stories because I am out of town right now, or headed out of town. So you'll want to check my Insta stories for the announcement of who won the giveaway for that Urban Decay all-nighter and eyeliner and mascara set. Make sure you stay tuned on Instagram because I will be doing giveaways. If you followed me and watched my Insta stories live, I shared a sneak peek of a huge Instagram giveaway I'm doing soon. And of course, if you're a subscriber of this channel, make sure you check out every month my New in Beauty. There's a huge giveaway in that every month, and the April one is still going on. So if you haven't entered, go enter. Until next time, I'll see you guys here every Tuesday, every Sunday for new videos with bonus uploads throughout the week. Make sure you're subscribed with that bell notification turned on, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, I just hope my video helped you unwind, de-stress, and take your mind off of whatever it was you needed help taking your mind off of, and I'll see you guys back here in Sunday's video. Bye!